It's been a busy month for us spot of going to UK Games Expo. We've played a lot of board games, but which ones are we picking for our best of the month? So, June. What are our favourite games we've played this month? Well, for me, it's going to be the game called First Rat. I'd never heard of it until I went to the Shut Up and Sit Down podcast recording, and after talking about Dodo, they mentioned this game. And we saw it at the UK Games Expo. Really caught our eye, and we thought, well, let's have a game of that.
Yeah, I mean, it was described to us as rats have looked at the moon and think that it's all made of cheese, and so they're trying to turn themselves into ratanauts and to go and get the cheese from the moon. I mean, just too cute to just walk past, right? So we had to play a game and see what it was like.
We played it with two people we'd never met before. By the time we finished playing that game, everyone around that table got straight up and went and bought a copy. And I'm so pleased we have.
Yes, who doesn't need ratanauts in their life?
So to play this game, you are controlling a family of rats. Luck is completely removed from this game. Where you can go is largely dependent on where your opposition has been, occupying the spare spaces on the board so you don't have to give your opponents cheese for sharing their space. It's a very tactical game. You can move one rat 5 spaces around the board, or you can move many rats left spaces around the board. But what you do as you move around that board really depends on what playstyle you want to choose. Are you going to build a glorious rocket of multiple parts to get victory points from completing a rocket? Are you going to send all your rats to the top of the track to make them all ratanauts and earn points that way? Perhaps you're going to spend time just doing orbits of your rat burrow, collecting victory points like that, or maybe you're just going to focus on multipliers and maximise your returns from your resources you collect around the board. You can always move forward around the board, but you can't go backwards. That is unless you turn up at the shop and you steal something like a crafty rat and then they get chased back to the beginning. We got home from the expo, we played it 2 players, loved it. We took it to our board game club the next day, played it with 4 again, loved it still, and I can't wait to play First Rat again.
Yeah, it's a fun one. I'm looking forward to playing that as well. And yeah, as you say, I think it did work well at different player counts, so that's always good. For me, it was another game that we enjoyed at the UK Games Expo, and one that we got to play with a new friend that we'd met from a Discord channel that we talk about board games with. So that was lovely to meet new gamer friends as well. And it was called Encyclopedia. So this is a dice placement game. It also has some set collection and lots of other mechanisms going on. And you're playing the role of an aspiring naturalist, and you're going out in the world trying to find the most fascinating creatures that you can to research. In this one, I thought the art was really fitting with that idea of an encyclopedia. It felt like you could turn a page and see these beautiful animals in it. And you're basically going out, you're trying to research these different animals, and then at the end you're getting your points really from publishing your findings. And along the way you roll some dice and you place them on your board, and depending on where you place them depends on what reward you might get if someone else steals your dice. So it's more of a pool of dice throughout the board, and you can just use anyone's. So if you haven't rolled what you want, someone else has, and I really liked that element of this. And I rarely, when we played, actually used my own dice, and I was kind of hoping that people would take mine so I'd get the lovely rewards. But I enjoy how you're sort of set collecting for your different animals, and you're trying to, maybe you're thinking about, shall I get them all in the same continent, or shall I get all different types of, say, bears, or different types of lizards, so they have lots of things in common. So when you go to do your research, you'd be able to multiply those things and really get the bonuses together for that. And it was quite a little puzzle to work out, and there was lots of little elements of, oh, you'll get this long-term bonus, or you'll get this short-term bonus here. So I thought that it really came together well, and I'd really be interested in playing that one again.
Yeah, what was exciting about for me was different people score points at different times, so you can be kind of progressing around the chart and you might feel, well, everyone's getting ahead of me. But if you've done all the synchronizing of the right things together, you can just drop everything down on the table at the end of the game and earn loads of points, scoot around to the victory. In fact, our friend Jess got the highest score of anyone at the UK Games Expo. But yeah, Encyclopedia is a game you definitely want to keep your eye out for when it's released.